Hello, everyone. I'm Lyle Wetch, and I'm CAPA's Director of Information Technology. We're really excited to share with you some updates that we've made to the digital online versions of the Canadian Photography magazine. So I want to just walk you through a little tutorial on how to use some of the great features that we've got set up with the new magazine, starting with this issue. So if we take a look, for anyone who is a CAPA Club member, you'll be able to gain access to a link from your club executive or from your zone director that will give you access to the current version of the Canadian Photography magazine in a digital format. Now, if you are an individual member of CAPA, you have access not just to the digital version, but you will have received a print version of the magazine, and you will have full access to the entire digital library of the photo magazine. And we'll share with you what that will look like shortly. The new online version of the magazine gives us the ability to provide you with a full high resolution image as opposed to sharing of a PDF, which required a much lower resolution copy. This allows you to get the full benefit of the amazing photographs and content that are contained within the magazine. Now, when you go to the link, this is what you are going to see. And across the bottom, you've got several navigation features that you have the capability to access. Now, directly below the magazine, you have arrow keys that will allow you to advance to the next page of the magazine, or to go to the very beginning or to the end. On the left, you also have the ability to zoom in on the magazine on the far left side. So by doing that, if we click on zooming in, then this gives us the ability to take a look at things in a little bit more detail and get a little bit better view of what's going on within the magazine, so that if we are flipping through and we wanted to get a little better view on one of the stories, we could simply zoom in, and then we can pan through to where we want to be able to get a little bit better view. Now that's going to zoom in the entire document. One of the advantages as well is if you may be a little visually challenged and you just want to zoom in on one particular component, over on the far right-hand side, there's a little magnifying area, and by clicking on that, that will give you the ability to see just what's sort of below a little magnifying aspect to get a little bit better view as you're taking a look at a particular page on the magazine. You also have the ability to do a search by in the bottom left hand by taking a look at the search bar, and this will allow you to put in a particular keyword and it will search the document to help you find that within the document that's there. You can look at it from a sort of broader page view to get an express track to go to a specific page a little bit quicker. And then once you're there, again, we've got the ability to zoom in on the particular page and take a look at the images in a little bit more direction. Now, your best way to view this magazine is by clicking on the icon that in this case is third from the right on the bottom, and this is the full screen icon. When you click on that, that takes takes over your full computer screen or your mobile screen and gives you the ability to have the best viewing experience and the largest possible view of the images. Now, one of the key things, as we mentioned, is that if you are an individual member of CAPA, you have access to the full archive of every Canadian Photography magazine that has been released. Now, very shortly in the members only section on the CAPA website, this is what your new view is going to look like. And so within this, you see that the latest magazine is accessible on the left-hand side, and you can go through and scroll going back and have access to the most current version, and you can scroll all the way back and be able to get back to the spring issue of 2009. So this gives you a great archive of some amazing articles and work dating back to 2009. So those of you that may be a recent new member of CAPA as an individual member, this gives you a ton of amazing articles and photographs to be able to take a look at. So that's what we wanted to share with you just a little bit today, is a little bit about the new information that you're going to have coming with regards to the latest version of the Canadian Photography magazine, and let you get access to that. So remember to reach out to your club executive, who will be sharing with you the link if you are a club member but not an individual member. And if you are an individual member, you will have access to this through the members only side of the website. If you have any questions, please let us know, but enjoy this enhanced version of the digital online edition of the Canadian Photography magazine.